Hello, 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 everyone. This is Totally Sassy T from the 803, and I am here to do a recording. So, you guys, I went back and I watched the reunion again, and I must say, the more I dig into this and the more I look at things, Carlos, I don't think you need to be a hosting the reunions anymore. The questions, the line of questioning that you have is kind of inappropriate. Um, and it's also kind of demeaning. I don't think Carlos understands hosting because he's such a messy, sexual individual, and he's a messy, his mind is messy, but he doesn't get down to the root cause of anything. And every problem has a root cause analysis, and we get down to it, and we like to get to it, get over it, and move on. Okay, without ado, remember, all things on this channel is alleged, in my opinion. It is for learning, teaching, entertainment purposes only. You guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Okay, it's absolutely free. If you would like to be a T Crew member, you can be a T Crew member for $4.99 a month. Join me on Patreon, and also hit the subscribe button to my backup channel. Okay, thank you guys. As you come in and listen to this content, make sure you hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm. It pushes my videos out into the algorithm so more people can get with them, okay, and listen to them and view them. So, you guys, what I'm saying is this line of questioning about who had an orgasm, and I know Mel brought it up, I know, and but with Martell, mm, I think that could have just been left where it was. Okay. We know Martell is not handy in the bedroom. He can't even talk dirty to a woman. He can't, you know, um, initiate romance or anything like that. He's just an in and out type of guy. And he thinks that's because he's a man and that's what he does. This is what women want. But in all actuality, Martell has no idea what a woman wants. Why? Because he's with a bird, a little girl. Okay. She has a little body, a little brain, little ex- she aspires nothing. She requires very minimal, and she doesn't expect him to do anything but be there. That's it. So he doesn't have a woman that wants to be, that pushes him to be the best that he can be. He just doesn't want to be anything. Okay. So the reason why I say this is because it's almost like, this turned kind of sexual with Kimmy. Now, Kimmy, I'm going to address her first. Kimmy sat there and did an interview with Maurice. I think her name was Marie. And she basically took up for Maurice, right? And then, because Maurice said she bears and she rolls over and she takes it on the behalf because he needs sex. It's not a want for him, it's a need, like Carlos need Miss to live. Who said that? Now, Kimmy, I hope you saw this because I was pissed off at you because you try to blame your husband's comments on the viewers. And that was further from the truth. If anything, we, the viewers, were pushing for you, praying for you, reaching out to you, uh, and trying to get a view of your story. But because you're such a man woman, you always taking up for men, you have no connection with women, you missed the opportunity. You missed the connection with the women in your audience. The reason why you don't and didn't send us, give us a tour into your journey, with your cancer fighting and all this because you have a disconnect when it comes to women. Period. If this were men saying, "Let us see your journey," oh, you have been all up for it. I don't know what woman hurt you, but I feel like there's a woman in your life who has really done you dirty and you don't trust anybody. And you can get along with men for a certain amount of time. And then once you get your use out of them, you kind of go back and forth. This is why you so obsessed with Martell. You take up for his bad behavior. You take up for a man that was going to release revenge P on his ex-wife that has 4 children. There is no connection to you for that. If you and Maurice separated and this man threatened to release revenge P on you and pretend like it was another man, you wouldn't feel. This woman has such a disconnect. It's unreal. Now, this thing with Stormy, how Carlos cut Stormy off and did not let her reply to Tisha, was sorry on his behind on his behalf. I'm sorry, you guys. And I say that because he allowed Tisha to lead this narrative about Stormy. Now, Stormy has done a lot of stuff in her business that was not ethical, but we're talking about right now how this girl brought up the fact that she doesn't pay her invoices. Okay, we heard that. That's nothing new, Tisha. You don't pay yours either. Okay. In fact, your invoices are in the court right now you're being sued for $5.5 million, but you're projecting onto Stormy in order to keep your indiscretions and your bad businesses out of TV. And guess who is doing that to make it? That Carlos is always coddling Tisha and Marceau, and I don't know why, but you know what? It's time to get a root cause analysis on this. We're going to get to the root of it. I know I am. There's going to be some things I'm going to look back on, and I'm going to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and I'm going to let you guys know. Number 2, Carlos, you sat there and you allowed Tisha to overtalk and say the god awful things that she said to Stormy, like go pop a pill. Stormy, if I was you, girl, if I was you, that's defamation of character. She would be in court. Yes, she would. She would definitely be in court and she would pay for that because you didn't get a chance to respond. You didn't get a chance to even put her in her place. Y'all can say what you want, but this was an ambush to me. I feel like it was an ambush. I felt like this was planned. And I think Carlos did it because Stormy was talking so much ish about Tisha and Marceau when Latrice and her met up at her house with the sit down, the conversations. And Stormy was talking a lot of ish, and I feel like Carlos was pissed off about it because he didn't want her talking that. Then what the heck did you get them together for? It ain't like they wasn't going to talk about their issues with the people on the show, right? And I feel like because Tisha had the upper hand, I feel like you'd allowed Tisha to come at Stormy like that to do a get back. And then when Stormy was coming at her, you cut her off. It's the bias for me. It's the fakeness for me. It's the favoritism for me. I mean, this man, he just breaks all the work rules. Okay. Yes, it's a reunion. Yes, it's reality. But let me tell you something, Carlos King. If you're gonna let somebody come at somebody like that, at least give them the opportunity to respond. Because Stormy did not get an opportunity to respond, and it was not right. It wasn't right. And you know it wasn't right. And you did that to get back at Stormy. That's all that was. That was a get back. Okay. Um, Tisha, I would be mindful of how you come at people. To tell someone to go pop a pill, girl, you asking for it. You are asking for it. Do you not know how damaging that could be to her business? She's trying to regrow her business. She's trying to rebrand her business from past mistakes. And she's trying to do it right now. And you're going to tell me, you're going to sit across this woman and tell her to chill and go pop a pill? Now, that's fighting words. You lucky you didn't get your cheeks rattled. Okay. And it's amazing how they came at Kiki as well. Kiki, I feel like every reunion since she's been on this show, she has not been prepared. She has been the most unprepared person. You sit there and every time Tisha punks you down, every time, every time. Tisha punks you down. You're not prepared to come at her with a razor blade. You're not prepared to come at her and slit her like she just slit your throat on that stage. And Carlos sat there with that smirk on his face, and he loved every bit of it. Carlos does not need to be the host of these shows. He's too biased. He doesn't ask the right questions. He doesn't dig deep like he's supposed to. He's just a messy individual, and his messiness clouds what's really going on this show. I feel like Carlos, he's too invested in the people in this show, and he needs to be set aside from the people in this show. We know he has a thing for Martell. I mean, you can look at him. When Martell comes on that show, his eyes just glossing. I mean, honey, you would think he was Martell's man, okay? And let me tell you something about that. Martell eats it up because he knows Carlos has a thing for him. He does. And so he plays into it. All right? He plays into it to get what he wants. He gives Carlos just enough to keep him interested, to keep his little eyes flickering with a glimmer of hope. And then, he gets away with so much. I don't know. This first reunion, the more I look at it, the more I feel like this was an attack. And when they came out with guns blazing, but they didn't give Stormy the chance to respond. And that was wrong on so many levels. Kiki, they came after you. You were not prepared. I don't know why you even try to attempt to come after Tisha if you're not willing to tell their story. You let these people tell your entire life, and you sat there from interview after interview after interview after interview, and you never mentioned your life. And you let these people tell your story. Now you're into it with the content creator, and he's telling your story. Why do you not understand? This is why I say Kiki doesn't listen. If you listen, you can be great TV, but you are afraid to come after them. Why? What did you do? What is really going on? What does Marceau have over you? And did Marceau do something to you? Because we know Marceau likes to, you know, get into personal spaces. Okay. So, my thing to you, Kiki, either you're going to have to get prepared to tell it or not, just don't come on the show anymore, because I'm sick and tired of year after year people saying Marceau cheated, but nobody has the guts to stand up to him. Nobody. And I feel like Stormy could, but she just doesn't do it. And I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. Hmm. I will though. I got an idea. Okay. I got an idea why. Um, but I got to do a little bit more research. Um, Marceau, let me tell you something. Your gig is about to be up. I hope you know that. We know, of course, we know. And the thing of it is, this year, she's just talking about she come from a generation of nothing but strong black women who has worked, but yet your grandma raised you. Your mama didn't raise you. Then you can't. Then you talking about you was a stay-at-home mom, and then wanted to go back to being a stay-at-home mom. And you, what are you talking about? And then you say, not one time did I even went to Kiki and said anything about my husband cheating, but yet your husband got a booty picture. I don't know. This is just y'all. Is this not the same show? I mean, this. It's unbelievable to me. Every year is something so off the wall. Tisha is lying through her teeth, and Marceau is lying through his bottom roso. Ah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This is kind of weird to me. It's the first part of it. The more I look at it, it's weird. The way it came off, the way it started, it was very weird, and um, it's giving rehearsed. It really is. Sorry, I'm just telling the truth. This is what I view. Because let me tell you something, Carlos. If you favored them, you should never favor anybody. You should let Stormy get her piece out and let her talk. But see, your problem is you scared Stormy gonna spill the beans because for some reason you all up in these Scots behinds and you think this show is all about the Scots. Don't nobody want to see these Scots. I hope you realize that even the people that are not millimeters, they even say the same thing. Scott's ain't got nothing. What do Kimmy and Maurice have other than a sex story? Don't nobody want to hear about their sex capades 24/7. They don't have anything else to talk about but sex. Yanni Pearls and her dry coochie. What does Marceau and Tisha have to give? Marceau don't give a dang on about his own family. He don't spend time with his kids. He don't spend time with her. He's always got a drink in his hand, a cigar, looking like his breath smell like a dragon. I mean, what else do these people other have to offer? Kiki is on there. Kiki is not ever prepared. Okay, not prepared, scared to talk. I don't even know why she's there. Why be on a show if you can't fight back? If you can't be strong enough to let your truth come out and handle it like you're supposed to, handle your scandal, then baby, I don't understand why you are there. What do you want us to do if you're not willing to tell these people's life because they sure enough telling yours? I just don't understand what you want us to do about it. And I don't know. I just don't think this is a show for you. I really don't. Stormy does not have the favor of the crowd, the audience, the viewers. Stormy came off being like 1 minute she was genuine, then she started hanging out with the ops because of posts that people were posting, and she thought Melody was supposed to go up under each post and defend her. Really? She did come out. She did make a statement. But who the hell gonna go up under somebody else's post and say this didn't happen? You must be crazy, Stormy. You and your crazy looking mama. Okay? I'm just saying this does not, it just does not make sense to me. It really, that's why you really mad? That's not why you really mad. You just really mad because we found out how you tried to come on this show. We found out all about your plot. That's all it was. It was a plot from day one. You just don't, you're not a fit for this show because you are kind of arrogant when it comes to your business and you kind of got your nose snooted up, you know. You got a natural flip lip to people. You think because you're in business that you're better. You know better. You're still in trouble with your business. So get it through your head, girl. Yeah, no. Stormy, you need to revamp your attitude. Your attitude stinks. It really does. And it just comes off as arrogance. And it comes off as disingenuine. And it comes off as you just have so many ups and so many downs, and there's not a median in between. We don't know what we're getting. And yes, I am taking up for you because I feel like you didn't have a fair shot at Letitia. I really do. I think that Letitia, this was planned, it was rehearsed, and then it was meant for you to be cut off. But if it had been me, I wouldn't have been cut off. I would have said, don't cut me off, Carlos King. Don't you cut me off, because I ain't got to come back here. You got a business. Okay. So anyway, you guys, let me know what you think. Do you think Carlos was being biased, showing favoritism, like he always does? And do you guys think that he should be the host of any of these reunions? I don't think he does. I think he should give it up and somebody else should be the host of the reunions, because Carlos don't get to the dirt of it. He doesn't ask the questions. He peddles around everything. He coddles the Scots, and it's getting kind of redundant. And I hope he don't know. I hope he knows that we remember every reunion. Okay, everyone. So, anyway, you guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your night. I was up late, so I'm not sleepy right now. Hopefully, I get some sleep in a little while. But, anywho, in any way, I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless and have a good night. Bye.